How are we doing? I think that's working right. Let's just turn that down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Wow, sorry I'm late, guys. I was just on the phone to my accountant and sorting those things out. This week has been busy. I've never had my a calendar so full with people wanting to speak to me. So that's really good. Thank you very much for dropping on in. So today I've been looking forward to today's stream. I've been working on some technical issues with the selection track list, where I probably alluded last week when I was saying that I might have to do some transitions, and I was doing some research into it. Well, yesterday I stayed up till late, realized that I managed to remodel our data on selection track list, and it might mean that we're going to kind of take one step back from all the progress we've done over the last couple of months and push ourselves forward. But it's not going to be that bad. Today is actually going to be one of those great learning days. So if you're tuned in, grab yourself some popcorn if you want. Grab yourself a drink, which I really should do. And we're gonna work through a few things. So bear with me for one moment while I go and get myself some water. Yeah, I'm back. Just need to pour this out. I've not been super prepared on these things, so I've just been trying to throw it together. But yeah, we're gonna have a good one tonight. So thank you very much for tuning in. Let's get to it. Let's press this one. Cool, my desktop. But can't see my my channel messages at the moment. Going through. Seen someone squeaking hello into there, so let's open up my chat messenger and see. I'm definitely not prepared. And close down Slack. Literally finished work, got on the calls, and straight into this. Hello to Bob Ross RTX. Welcome again. You like my weekly follower. Awesome. And Crash Shirts, welcome. Yo, how's it going? We're on my desktop now. We're going to head on over to a project. I like to navigate with the terminal. Let's do that. So code, what was it? Projects, and we got Gridsome. Yes. So the big change which I was looking at and alluding to, let's go into the right tabs just so then it's much easier. Gridsome. If you've never come across Gridsome, let's just go to the site. It is a genuine static site generator. At the moment I'm using Nuxt.js, but Gridsome is fully static, while Nuxt.js still wants some sort of like server attribute to it. So I've reached a wall where it's like, it's kind of locking me into having to have a server. So I wanted to try something different, and Gridsome is that different thing. So we can hook into any CMS or databases, but we have our content in YAML or Markdown files, which is great for us. And it goes through this awesome processor and throws in Vue.js and CSS with using GraphQL, so we can query our data, and it just spits it out so that we can put it onto Netlify or all these different areas. As static content, we don't have to have a server set up. There is no way we can have a server set up in this environment. So that's the greatness about it. To show the greatness of it, I did my personal website, mikhail.com, in Gridsome, and I released it this week. So this is using Gridsome. It pulls in the articles from dev.to here. We've got Markdown files, which is generating my previous clients, and Markdown files generating my projects and stuff like that. You notice when you load it in, it has a nice blur animation. This all comes for free. It's great. So we're going to do that today. I just seen someone saying, did I tell you about the text editor? Bob Ross, what's going on with your text editor? Did you do it? I'm looking forward to hearing from that. Let's just close some of these out as well. So let's open up my my project. We open up code. Take some water, man. And as normal, it goes over here. Let's bring that over here and then make it big enough so you guys can really see and enjoy. And close down some of these folders just by pressing a backspace. Not backspace because that'll delete them. Don't do that. I've done that before. When you press backspace on a file, it literally just throws it into the trash can bin, and it's gone forever. So you notice from last streams we have this content folder and we have episodes. Episode 7, we have a array of sessions, and each in this is an object of sessions and tracks going on in there. All good stuff. So I spent yesterday working on in Gridsome server, and I'm going to like step through this just to kind of give you a clue of like why I'm so excited about this. So we heard about GraphQL. GraphQL allows you to kind of model out the types of your objects in your application, hook it in with different APIs. I'm really doing a very bad job of explaining that because I've not got the documentation and it's a bit late in the day. But we can set up a type, say a chapter, which was previously sessions, as we've seen on there. And I wanted to mark out like what sort of data am I wanting in there. You've probably seen this in TypeScript if you ever touched with that. So we have our name, content, artwork, and if it didn't move so fast, we have markers. Markers are tracks from our previous version. So I'm going to marking those up. And then with our markers, we have a link back to the track it created, the chapter it belongs to, the time when that track was played. And the reason why I call it markers is like it can be tracks, interviews, a sound for future proofing, and it might come on to the next project. And the source track name is the original piece of content we were able to get. So the source track name. If I open up episode 7 again, you can see this is the source track name. Once I've parsed this, I don't really read this set of array. Again, it's just good to have it there. We'd convert it to a reference to a file, and then we can go into that and make modifications there. Just in case, say, Flying Lotus untitled track is played on different shows, I can reference to that and not have to do the processing there. So that's why we separate it out, and that's where track comes into play. And so we have this type of track. We wanted to kind of minimize the content because there's some dirty content in there. It gets a bit messy. So I was explicit with writing out this type. So we have our title, which is this part. This part of the track name, and the artist, which is linked to a type of artist, which is automatically created in our case, which is the Flying Lotus part. Let's bring these side to side just so I can make it a bit easier. And we have a link here where if you'd known the site, selection track lists, and go onto it, and so we go to any show, Shasha Marie. These are links. So let's go on to this Girl of My Dreams. We've got a link here which goes to a SoundCloud. So I've split it out so that we have a collection of links where again we link back to the track it belongs to, the platform in a string it belongs to, so SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, the link, the actual link itself, and any artwork which corresponds to that. So we're extracting that. It's great. I've noticed my chats have been going off. Let me just give you 1 second to catch on up. So Bob Ross is saying, "Can I permit, please? TypeScript X is legit. Just JavaScript is not allowed to define your types or variable functions." Yeah, with TypeScript and GraphQL, I've not really done a great of it with my client work. Most of my clients just want JavaScript being done, so doing side projects like this allow me to experiment with it. And type languages give you that kind of security. So yeah, it's good. Oh yeah, didn't get the SoundCloud. Oh, did we get the SoundCloud thing working? From last week, we did. Let's see. If I go into my other project, code projects, and it's version 4. This is what we yarn run dev. Yeah, there we go. This is the version which we've been working up to until last week, and now looking at Gridsome as another alternative. Just because like when I save a file, it takes like ages to do things, and it's got this server attribute which I'm like, I don't know. I'll make yo-yo between the two, but I'm liking where we're going to go. If I open up this to the browser and wait for it to finish loading, then we have all of our content still waiting to come on in. And we go into an episode. It should have a link there. Oh, well, let's try another one. Let's go to this one. Yay, there it goes. This link, if I just pause on music and click on this. Yeah, you hear that?
Future beats, eclectic soul, forgotten gems, and timeless sounds. All brought to you by Joe K.
I can't play any more of that because I will get a copyright strike on my channel. But that link works. We got that working, so I can extract that code onto our new version, our new framework. Well, basically, got to extract everything from this, which is all in the Vue.js side. It should be really easy for us. It's just the back end part of it, the part which is generating the pages, which is causing me a bit of pain and slow me down, and I want to continue working at velocity on this. So yeah, thank you very much for checking back with us. I noticed that you did drop off a little bit last week, so I know some people have things to do. But yeah, we managed to solve the SoundCloud thing, got it to play, and refresh a page, and boom, it just works. I love it, I love it, I love it. So yeah, Gridsome. We'll have a look at that in a second. Let me just see about seeing where my mind flow is with explaining what we're doing here with our Gridsome. So with Gridsome, you kind of have to define the your data coming in. Unfortunately, there is a Gridsome configuration where you can say, hey, with this file source system, in our base directory, we have two different directories, one for ease of development and one which is all the data, which is, it takes about 40 seconds to boot the app. Still, and we're using that base directory. Within that directory, so say we are here, we're going into episodes, and each one of these files, which are not index, are pages. They're pieces of content. So scan them and come on in. And the same thing happens with track, artist. So we're defining our data input. You can see we're saying get the collection of episode, which is linking to here. There's our episode. Let's put that on the side just so we can see that. Episode. So we've got our episodes and each of the data for each episode. Now checking if the episode has sessions. We know if we open up episode 7, again, bring that over here. Sessions. Cool, we got sessions. Make a new array. Each of those sessions, because each one of these lines in YAML, let's convert this to YAML. You can see if we open them and close like this, this is an array of sessions. There's one session in here, then it's only about an hour worth of tracks here. Each one of these, we get the session and the index of them. and we want to create a kind of an ID, a slug. So the name plus index, it should be 0. None of that. Lowercase it, remove any characters, put a hyphen between it, and boom, you can do that. Episodes $slug. Reason why we wanted to create an ID is when we put it in as a node into GraphQL, it makes it a bit easier to reference against that that session. So now you can see here, create ID from this string, give that piece of content an ID in there. So it's just like a database. It is actually using low-key database on the hood. Oh yeah, that's the wrong play. Let's play over here. Thanks for reminding me. My music was not unpaused. Is that good? Yeah, thank you. And you can see we're defining chapters because I've kind of renamed them from sessions to chapters because it makes kind of sense that. Just think of it like a DVD. You'll have chapters in the DVD, and in that DVD you may have markers which happen, like an event happens in that. And when I thought about remodeling this data, it's kind of right. A chapter is a set, so you'll have a DJ which will do one set, and then the new DJ would come, and that's a new chapter to the episode or to the program. And then each of the tracks are markers. They're events which have happened in there. So when I've come across that mindset of like, oh, they are chapters and markers, it opens us up to making it easier for a project further down the line. So we might be able to copy some of this code. So we bring in the episode, which we've got lined up here, just the ID. You've seen that we had to create an ID. We can now reference the IDs, make it easier to create a reference back to ourselves. And we created an empty array of markers. And then we push that to this array and pop it back onto the episodes. And we do pretty much the same for all the other ones, barring a little bit, just kind of munging the data around. Now, if I open up this server instance in yarn develop, it takes a few seconds for it to boot on up, and it should be ready. Boom, there it is. It's ready. Much quicker than on Nuxt environment. Now we go into a GraphQL Explorer, and I didn't write down a query, so I'm going to go to a file and actually no, let's write one. So we open up a folder, and we will go to all episode. We don't care what episode it is. In here we will have edges. So there's kind of like what query edges. I'm not really too sure why they're called edges on this, but it is. And then we have a node. We notice that we have this reference over here, add node. And we see in here implements node. It gives us some more metadata. It's not Node.js, it's a node in the data. And in here now we have things like title. Let's go ahead and query that. So now we've got all the episodes, title 182, in our small subsample data, because I can't get it all to load because there is a bug in Gridsome. And we can continue going in. So remember we had chapters. And running this as is going to cause us an error because GraphQL is like, you said you wanted chapters and there's an array. So what do you want from within this array of chapters? Well, we want a name. There we go. And we can continue further down. We have, they were called tracks, but they are not no more. They're markers. And again, if we run that, it's going to complain at us. So we need to open up a bracket and ask what are we going to have in here? Source. I think source track name was one of them. So you can see the source track name which we used to kind of do our analytics initially to search what is this track? Where can we find it? So that's one thing. Links. Should be there. Link. No, it's actually track. And then in here we have our title and artist and title. Run that again. In this example, there is none, but I need to find one episode which I did create something. So let me just quickly find that. I need the ID of that. There we go. I change that around so we have ID and pro. If I find just by the ID now, episode. Epi. And I can get rid of the nodes and edges because we're dealing with one attribute now, and just click on Prettify. There we go. And you can see now we've got the track title and the artist title because they're two different objects in there. And then the track has links. And each of these links will be platform and href. Boom. There it is. There's our data. And it's instantaneous once it's loaded it into the database. It's great. That's why I'm so excited about it. So do give it a try. Let's have a look, see what people are saying. You using a text editor now? I thought you was creating a forum, Bob Ross at RTX. Or are you still doing a text editor and a forum? Trying to fix light mode. Are you using Tailwinds to do your dark and light mode on your site, or are you doing it manually? Oh, you like me then, having so many plates on the go, and you get to a point where they get 80% done, and you're like, "Ooh, shiny new project," and you go over to something else. I'm not yet done a kind of light and dark toggle in CSS. Dark mode toggle. I think there is a media query for it. Prefers color scheme. I remember that. Let's have a look. So media query dark and media query light, and you can then define your settings in there. And I think there is a way to trigger it in JavaScript as well. Let's have a look. See. Oh, there's a nice CSS tools. That's legit. It's legit me, yeah. Oh, here we go. You can. This is probably one way in how someone's done it. So setting a property on HTML saying dark, and then it changes all the configuration. That's a pretty cool way to do it. Is there any other ways in how it's done? Yeah, I'm sure there was like other ways which I've seen it done. It's been on the back burner for well, not back burner. It's been slowly bubbling up, and thank you very much for Mac Catalina for really pushing it. Now we have these appearances dark mode. I've not seen what my desktop looks like in light mode for so long. It'll probably be so alien. Whoa, that's weird. And I don't know whether I would use the auto mode to say when it's light or dark outside. That's so weird. I think no, I'm gonna keep it as dark. Right, but I do want to do Tailwind CSS 2.0. I think they released a 2.0, and within this 2.0, they released a whole bunch of cool things. Actually, can I? What was this for a sec? Let's see about this. Color palette. Well, I knew they could get color palettes in there, but oh, they've expanded it on more whites and more greys. because I always had to write them out manually. I know this one's better because having more scaling was such a godsend. I've used this before. This being able to kind of define your own CSS classes, but having the media queries in there is such an improvement. I knew it wasn't here, and they set up a media query for that. Yeah, how cool is that? So I knew that dark mode is in there, and it's got this media query. And I've been wanting to do it for the site, but because these this new site is mixed between light and dark, I don't know how to go about that. The designer doesn't really give me an indication of it. I might have a little play with this header being like a grey mode, and then keep it light and dark on the light mode version. I don't know. But we'll have a invert them, just flip them around so the top part is black and the bottom part is white. You make me laugh. Cool. So let's get back to it. We were looking at our site. So we have our GraphQL. We can see that we can query all of our awesome, beautiful, tasty, delicious data. We go to our localhost 8080. It's our default Gridsome here, because I've not really done any styling. But the thing which I got really excited about is it's automatically episodes 395 episodes plural. Kyle, we started fleshing this out. This is a page ready for us, and I didn't have to set that route. But I did do a little bit of work to it yesterday when I was playing around with this tool. So let's go into why did this happen? Very interesting. With Gridsome, when you define a type or populate a collection, so we have these collections, all these different ones. When you create a template with that same name, so episode matches to episode, we get some context come into the page. Close that off. So then we can do this page query, wrap around a query. Because this path links to a piece of content in our low-key database, it converts it back to an ID. Now we can go, hey, episodes with this ID, get us this data. So we want the title, the path, the chapters, the name of the chapters, the markers, the source name, the track and artist, and the time it was played. Then back in the view land, we can just if v4 each of the chapters in this $page, which this page query sets up, $page, episode, you can see here, chapters, each of the chapters because it's an array, and we say, hey, we want this ID, just so then it's okay with the key, and then we just keep on going through that, and boom, page. You can see here we have a link to one track which I created for just very quick content. And you can see that here. If we have a track, or if a marker has a track, and a marker has a track artist, because we want to make sure we can safely link to it, then glink to the track artist with its name, and glink to the track. And this converts it because it has path in there. So this glink automatically throws it on. And I think in Gatsby, the Gatsby and Gridsome, same. You can do that. Alternatively, we go and use our original source. So whatever the show track was, we display that if we've not extracted that data. Sure. Let's have a look at your site just while I get distracted on this. So we've got Bob Ross. He's been following for weeks and jumping on in. He's only been developing for, by the looks of it, just for a little while. He signed up in 2020. It started, and he's been playing around with Virtual Studio themes and loads of many different projects. I'm pretty sure he's been maybe coding for a little bit longer than that. But the progress I've been seeing has been quite good, and I just like to follow Edge. Oh, cool. That's so. Which text editor? Let's go to your repositories. This one, and we need to switch this around. Let's cut that. ID. So apparently, we got this GitHub pages. Let's go back to the code. So you can, in GitHub, you can deploy to GitHub pages automatically, or however you've done that. Wow, how have you done that? Oh, right. You've just committed it, and within the settings, you probably said, "Hey, use main as the GitHub pages and deploy it." Good. An interesting hint I can link you to on how I've done it. If you go to 2021 mikal.com on my repository, we have GitHub pages, which the site has configured it into on there. And you can easily, using GitHub Actions, and if you follow this process, like, you use GitHub to check out, then I guess you've used Node to set things up. So you set up the environment as you did it with your computer originally. Some caching stuff here, so you don't need to worry too much about that. You install your dependencies, and it's this part. You build the your application, your HTML content, and this one here. With this, we're going to grab whatever was hoofed out into the dist directory and put it as GitHub pages. So then you get that, and then GitHub pages will just naturally work with it configured. And branches are annoying. I was like that when I first started out. I used to use Subversion repo. I think it was Subversion. This, I think, is dead now. It's old, and this was like an early version of GitHub. And it was actually, it was interesting in a way where you could check out individual files and work on them. So everyone had a piece of content. There was no central repository for this. I think was the right. It had to have a central server. It's been so long. So it got very messy, and it was very awkward working with trunks and trees and branches being something off a tree, and the individual files you had to check out to get it working. But it was what we had to do before GitHub. And then GitHub came on and said, "Oh my god, yes, we can just check out the whole project in one go." And how GitHub works is, GitHub or Git. GitHub is just like a place where you say you will be the owner, or the core place where we say this is going to be the truth for this project. But when you check it out locally, you could just say link to my machine and commit into my machine, or push to my machine, or push to Bob Ross RTX's machine. I can push to your Git. It doesn't have to be GitHub. So you got like GitLab and Bitbucket and GitHub. These are very popular ones. But everyone can be a owner and a distributor of this content. That's why forking is a thing where you can just copy it, and now you are the origin of it. You can just push into that. So it's really really powerful, and it's really changed how software has gone. And when I first started out with Git, it was like git commit, and you're just doing loads of things just to get your code committed originally, and then you realizing there's git flow, and this is a awesome process. I really recommend you to read and follow, especially when you're looking to get into software engineering as a gig, internships and stuff. Git flow. I don't know whether to give you a very brief overhead. These diagrams do it very good justice. Basically, master is source of truth of everything, and you tag to that, and that's what is you deploy to your servers. And your developers work off a different branch, and you can make iterations of this, and then you push back to master or main in 2021. And main is whatever you see in production, whatever your customers see, while develop is your beta, things you're working on, and your other engineers. So really, Git flow is a great branching model of it. So I really recommend to pick that up. So, but we digress so much. Let's go back to Bob Ross's text editor. So, cool, you're using Windows. Easy and simple. What do we do? What are we going to download now? I'm fearful. Let's go in and see. Oh, it was pages.download. I'm going to see what it's going to do. Downloads. So it's going to download a MSI. That's all fun and games because it's... Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty. Was that on the same page? Oh, it's a completely different page. The download, because it's MSI, it won't work on my machine because I'm on Mac. But I can extract it and let's see what you've got in here. See if I can make sense of anything. Yeah, icon exe, module signature. I guess it's got to be inside of these. Are you writing something in C? This is going above me. Or unless you are using a Electron to write your applications. I don't know. But I like this. I like your table design. Is that font awesome? Let's have a look. See, font awesome. JS delivered. Bootstrap. Cool. And you got the integrity to make sure that if there's a DNS change on this, it won't download it. Oh yeah, there we go. We got Font Awesome free with 5.15. They've got Font Awesome 6, and they want you to pay for it on a subscription basis. And let's have a look. Ooh, spicy! You got dark mode going on. Cool. Is there any darks? Getting started. Nope, there's nothing there. About setup. Coming soon. Oh, I like that. That's really cool. I like this. See, that's some advanced CSS stuff right there. That's pretty. I like that. And I see that you got a different design going up the top here. And go back. So we've gone through a few different designs here. And who's Owen? Is it you're Owen. It's because I'm used to seeing Bob Ross and new to blogging, Windows to Linux, and you're doing some streaming, yeah, and some YouTubing. Cool. You know what? I'm gonna add that to the list of things which you bring to me each week. So fun. So V4. Let's open up our old project. and I want to open up. It's to do. Pop it right down at the bottom. Don't worry, I do read these. I sometimes forget, but I do read these. I've gone through them and just collect them. Let's close that. And back to where we were going. What were we doing, guys? What were we doing? We were going to continue on with a little bit of a maybe Gridsome switch around, and from our previous version here, because I love how quick it is. So, Bob Ross, Owen, RDX, awesome. Did I start the music again? Nope, I keep forgetting the music. So I've just been chatting to you and it's just been my voice. I'm terribly sorry. Here's some music. So, I don't know. There's so many parts of this which I want to kind of hit at. We got this page, we got the artist page. There was some hard parts. Let me show you something really, really cool, which was a feature which managed to fall out of this. So we got our data query here. We do all links. So let's just kind of just get edges and nodes. Put that in here. And what was it? It was platform and href. We run that. We get all the links which have ever happened because of how we structured our data, and we can say track, and we then get source. Is it source? Oh no, it's title and then artist title. Let's make that pretty. We now got all of these tracks which are coming through. We know that's a YouTube one and Last.fm. The feature which is falling out, and this makes it easy for that link page, is we can do filter, pass in we want to filter by platform, and we want to say, hey platform, you must equal, say, SoundCloud. Boop. Boop. It's not doing the boop. It should have done the boop. It shows, so it should have done the boop, but it's not done the boop. How about YouTube? Nope. Something's expected to see. Yeah, there we go. My bad. Boop. We managed to get the boop. Yay. Cool. So we can say, because there's only one track in here, it's not going to find it all. But say we want to get all the YouTube links or all the Spotify links. Boop. We'll get them all. So that's an accidental feature. You know, we have this feature here, which is all the tracks played ever. I can say, hey, all the tracks which are Spotify, and then boop all that into existence. GraphQL kinda, yeah. The response of it is JSON, but the input is a different type, because it's its own language in a way, but it feels JavaScripty. But I am so stoked. Let's do some code. So where am I doing? I want to fix up this page so that it looks like this page. It shouldn't be too hard, right? Because all I need to do theoretically is kind of start copying across files and hope they work. I really think that should be the way. So let's bring up our project. We have components, we have our track, and it was from pages. And this is where we have our track results. Was it in... No, it was actually in artist. See, we had to do it in a different way. It was very messy like this. Artist header. But first, of course, our Tailwind is not going to work. I need to tell this project to use Tailwind. Use, I think it's Gridsome. No, we're going to have to look at the documentation. Gridsome Tailwind plugin. Let's set it up. Gonna grab this and I'm gonna split the app and yarn, add Gridsome Tailwind plugin CSS. If you want these plugins, I don't want those plugins, don't need those. And we should be able to just go grab this, copy, and paste that. That should be it. It's done. The Tailwind CSS is automatically done for us. And it's by default the Tailwind CSS file is there, so I don't know whether I need to restart the server in order for this plugin to happen. What I will do is let's test it out. One way to test it out: layouts, and we will background red 500. No, it's not done the thing. So let's restart. We'll restart the server. It should bring in Tailwind CSS, hopefully, fingers crossed. Oh, okay. So because Tailwind CSS 2 has a dependency on Post CSS 8 and it's a transitioning, there's a break and change. We're gonna have to follow some instructions to make it work. And I hope someone's made it. Ah, here we go. Compact version. So we need to revert some code. Yarn remove those. And what was it? We need to install these. Yarn add in dev mode. Cool. And so let's give that a try again. See if we can start the server up and it work okay. It got like a wispy throat. I've had it for a week or so. But that's about it. It's nothing more crazy. Then there's nothing really bad. It's just a chalky throat. Let's have a look. See. Yay! We got our background working. So Tailwind CSS is working now. Let's get rid of this background. And it works instantaneously. Beautiful, he says. So our base layout, let's see, we have layouts default. Start bringing across some of these awesome things. Boop. Components, new file, site header. The only difference between Nuxt and Gatsby, I've found is you have to be explicit with importing your components and stuff, and that's definitely going to work because that file doesn't exist. So we'll close that off for a second. So where am I? I'm lost again. Ah, here we are. Get rid of this. It's all dead now. So in our previous version, on our default, we can see there is no JavaScript to say, hey, site header exist. And delete that for a second. I want to bring in site header, make it exist. I'm going to load a page, and it's going to complain or say something saying site header does not exist. Did you load a component correctly? While Nuxt.js does it automatically for us, we need to do it. We need to write it out. So let's go ahead and do that. Components, and it's site header. Import site header, and it's from, let's go down one directory. Components. It was there a second ago, wasn't it? Did you see that? There it is, components and site header. We bring in this, and boom, there we go. And now it's complaining about Nuxt link because we've got a transition, so we can quickly fix those. Nuxt. Let's get that fixed. Boop, 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 boop. Actually, let's use replace G and replace it all. Save. Refresh the page, get rid of the errors. And now it's complaining about this selection icon. Might be good. Static. I think static is a good place for it. So I want to grab that image wherever it is. Static icon. Nope, that's not it. That's the wrong icon. See, I didn't even bother changing the icons on this. Was it in pages? Is it right up the top? It's probably, yeah, it's in assets, isn't it? Assets, image, selection icon. And yeah, asset, image, selection icon, inline. So create selection icon.svg. Bring that in. Now I'm a bit lost with where that will come from. Is that going to be the right one? No, it doesn't like that. Down a directory. That's not even in images, it's in static. It's down 2 directories. I might not even have to do it this way. This is a busted way. I might be able to, wherever we've used that selection icon, let's use G image. Close that off. And I think it's selection icon.svg. Boom, there it is. Let's see, can I make the experience a bit better with formatting. Yes, we can. Almost. Yeah, that's as best as I can get it. Just so then I'm not context switching the pages too much. The problem which we have now is we want it to be of a certain size. Can we make it? You know what? That was very painless. That's much better than we were expecting. So let's clean up this code one little bit. And swap up. And make sure, does this still work? Yeah, cool. It's the page navigation for mobile phone functions. That was painless. Let's see how painless the next parts are. Let's go over to layouts. We have Nuxt, but in GraphQL they just use it as a slot. And we have player, which to do player. I'm not going to copy that across just yet because it's not. I want to do it better, but I want to get the base of the site round. Hopefully, we get that done by this stream. Cool. So we've got our layout sorted. Loads of all those files. What's next? We were dealing with the track page. So we have this track page and we want to make it look a lot like that. Or wherever we have lost the page where it was at. Localhost 3000. Should be able to grab this same link, post it in there. Boop. Oh, it doesn't exist. That's concerning. Is it because it's got the slash at the end? So we want the page to look exactly like this and save us some time. So let's do that. We go to pages. I made that mistake because that's this directory is for the /tracks, which is displaying all the tracks, while in Nuxt this is artist pages, and then it's going and say, hey, match all that to then try and find the correct matching path for it, which is very inefficient. So I won't need a lot of this content in here. It'll save me so much time, I hope. I want to copy across the template. That's a good start. So that's going to go into track. It's wrapped around the layout. Paste in the template minus the template parts. Make it look pretty. Now it's going to complain at us. Because it's missing pieces of content which we've not defined, so page title. Make this big for a second, and we're going to kind of disable sections to make it easier for us to debug. Nuxt content, I've not yet figured that one yet out. We're going to deal with this artwork header. It's definitely something which we have to deal with. It has a slot in it. So components, artwork header.view. It's crazy. My mind's like, yeah, we know exactly what we're doing, and then next one was just like, no, I don't know what I'm doing. Does your mind do that sometimes when you're coding and it's like, yeah, we're going down a good road right now, and it just boop, see you later. Ooh, spicy stuff. It's using the composition API, and I'm not too sure whether that's in Gridsome. I hope so. Let's have a look. See, I need to have a Google of that. Gridsome composition API. Let's have a look. With it being an open issue and someone's said it, it doesn't. After this and digging, found necessary way to use it. Excuse me. It looks like it might be possible. Someone made it into a plugin as well, which a plugin to do one-liner. It doesn't make sense if we can just do it. Because it's not going to be maintained, is it? Let's have a quick look, see at the... We go back to this, and then I should be able to... install it. Hopefully it's easy. So Vue yarn adds composition API, throw that into there, and in our main.js we're going to bring it in. It's doing all that stuff, and we're just going to say, hey, go ahead and use it. Is that all? I'll restart the server for good measure. Artwork header. Let's bring it in. Let's bring in this script and see what happens. Well, definitely it's going to not work with that. But can we use a different Vue composition API? Can we use it that way? Boop. Yeah, we're probably doing a bit too much. Can we get the page working first? Oh yeah, it's complaining about this. So page.track.title and page.track.title and highlighted artist page. Ah, this one's easy. Page.track.artist.title. And track appearances, page.track. Oh, we've not got the episodes going in yet. We're going to switch that off and deal with that another day. And now it's complaining again because we need to be verbose with our inclusion. So script, components, artwork header, import artwork header from, can I use that? Components, artwork header. Oh, that was so good. Straight away. And now it's complaining because of artwork, because yeah, we not brought that component through. Of course. Artwork. Bink. Straight through. I just copy and paste that in. Let's have a look. See, we have this utility, so it's going to complain about that. But not to worry. Let's create that. Utils. And it's might have it as an index. We did that before, didn't we? We separate them out nicely. Cool. Artwork url.js JavaScript. And the reason why I wanted it as an index, because it means that I can just say on here, import utils and artwork URL from that, and it should work. So again, we need to import artwork from components artwork, and components we need to define artwork. Define it on there. Are we working? Are we cooking on gas? Cool. It's complaining. Ooh. It wants that file to exist. G image. And how about G image there? So of course it's got to complain about the default artwork, and we can fix that very easily. Reveal and Finder. And on our other one, we'll go to, I think, is it in static? Yes, Reveal and Finder. Open up both these finders. Grab that file, paste it over there. Boop. Refresh the page, and I didn't even have to refresh the page, it's there. Absolutely amazing. And it's complaining because it's trying to go to the CDN. I'll fix those little. Actually, that should actually have a artwork. So why? Why no artwork? Artwork path. Oh, it's asking it from the outside. So yeah, that should work. I say it should. You know why it's not working? Because our query is not including artwork. We include that, and it doesn't like it. I can fix that though. The reason why that's complaining, cannot find query field artwork on track. You might have noticed at the very start when we go over to our server, we defined our track here. Title, artist, no artwork. Let's add that on. Artwork, and it's gonna be a type of string. Because making a change on this server, we need to restart the server. Oh, all the awesome viewers from all the different places. That scared that generally scared me. Welcome, Coloured Binary. Thank you very much for tuning in today. just got me off guard then. I forgot I set those up. Thank you very much for the follow. Oh, there, our site now has artwork. It's very painless. I want it squared. So width, I don't know, 500, and height 500. I know Gridsome doesn't have the full feature set. I didn't realise you streamed on Twitch until recently. Who's that avatar? Oh, I can't see avatar. Yeah, I've been streaming on Twitch for nearly 2 months now. every Wednesday from 6 o'clock UK time, wherever it is around the world. So I reply on Joe's tweet. Oh yeah, Joe K, welcome along. We are actually working on Selection Tracklist version 4, the new version up and coming, and I want to show you one little awesome feature, which is going to really make your life when you're digging for music on Selection Tracklists so much better. So let's go ahead to one of these shows. Pause my playlist. So the feature which I wanted to put onto the site, as you know, with our current awesome site, you can go to episode and you have to then go over to SoundCloud or Apple Music to play the music in there, and each one of these links take you to the time zone when that track was played. On the new version, you can play it in sight. But not only is it playing in sight, you can still navigate around the site and enjoy using it while listening to music. I think that is that one little feature is a massive improvement, and it'll make you guys really happy. So you can just continue going like, oh, what's this track? And if I continue playing, I don't know whether.
All brought to you by.
Can I mute this?
This is Selection.
Yeah, I can mute it while it's playing, and when it transitions to the next track, I think it changes the artwork. Well, it should. That's the next part. Is when listening to it, you can just sit here and go, well, this track is Erykah Badu, and that's again going to make you guys really enjoy it. So we've got a version of the site working, and wanting to make it better, and we're transitioning to Gridsome at the moment because we found that it's a bit quicker. I see that you're actually working on a little thing like that. But you don't have the track data. Select your app. Oh, this is sweet. This is how the early version of Selection Tracklist looks like. So archive.selectiontracklist.com. It looked a lot like this when I first started out. And then I created a V2, selectiontracklist.com. But I abandoned it. I abandoned this version of it because it was slow from the start. Let's have a look, see. Ooh! You're good!
Eclectic soul.
That's pretty neat. Let's have a look, see. I assume that you've gone to the SoundCloud site, or do you have your own server which is serving that? You know what? It's good doing a widget. So is it open up an iframe in the background somehow? You're using Howler.js. Just control the SoundCloud widget with the API. So this is a SoundCloud widget. That would save me so much effort. You would not believe the amount of effort I've gone through to make that possible on the site. That's pretty cool. And are you pulling through all the episodes? Oh no, you've gone through each of the episodes on site from selection. when you pull through the durations. Oh, sneaky. I kind of guess. Have you done that manually? I want to know now. I gotta know these things. we need to collab. Let's say Sasha when she did the early one takeover. I kind of have a guess that it's gone. Oh no, you actually have gone and sorted out the data yourself. Pull from the playlist each Sunday. Pretty much what I do. On the core site, we got so many processes which have to happen in order to get the track list ready before each Friday it goes to the site. I have to run an automated process on Apple Music. So I get my computer to listen to Apple Music and then extract all the data. And the data, if you're ever wondering, 7 marked down, looks like this. All the track data, all the times a track was played, and all of the references to the files of their duplicates. Unfortunately, no, not at the moment. Not open sourced because the repository is such a mess. And I didn't want to expose the secrets, which I might have accidentally committed in my original repository. With regards to the data is locked at the moment in the content directory of it. With this new version of version 4, there will be accidentally on semi-purpose a API which will come with it. Not easy to access API, but something. I'm not too sure. I'm in two minds because I get the data. I spend a time sourcing the data, and with, say, for example, we go to one of the tracks, and this is a track gone through all the different services, and it costs me time and money to get this. And I do want to make this available, but I also don't want to be open to kind of abuse in a way where my site gets hit so many times, or some people find other ways to kind of profiteer off the work in a way. A mess. Yeah, you should I would say. Oh, you even use that? That's cool. Tell in what I'm using. Netlify, cool. Oh, cool, using React. I'm Team Vue, unfortunately. We can't collab. But that's really cool. I'm really stoked that you're doing that, and I want to open up something. So, ping me a message on the Discord, or go over to my site and from your email and say, or on Twitter, and I can open up something. I think I did open up some data a while ago, but I forgotten, and it might be broken. Episodes.txt. No, that's yeah. Something was. Oh, yeah, I think it was latest. Nope. Yeah, ping me, and you can shuffle. It says shuffle music. Collective. I'm really stoked with that. But yeah, we're trying to push the envelope for the next version. I want to make the site not only be able to play, but there was at one point where you can say, "Hey, I'm a visitor," and I realized that you're missing a track. Here you go, to allow community submissions to improve the richness of the data. The moment it's done manually, someone can email me. I did have a process in, but it got spammed so hard, or I just didn't have the time to address it. And editing data on the current site is painful. Say, for example, you say, hey, Janet Jackson is the wrong name. I need to, because my data is flat in a way. You can see Janet Jackson. These are URLs. It creates that. So to just change that, I need to go, well, what was the previous one? I need to redirect everyone to this new one, and I've still yet to solve that. I do want to solve that in time to come, because there are times where there's a spelling mistake or there's a duplicate, and we got to fix those. As a community, we have to fix that data, and make it better. So sometimes you manage to dig and find something on Beatport, and make it easier. Moving selected stuff into a proper API and leverage free compute and hosting from Vercel. Yeah, we have selection track lists hosted on S3, AWS S3. Costs, all of my S3 bucket costs $1 a month. Literally, the like it's nothing, and I have the images, and I'm experimenting with Firebase. So selection track lists on Firebase. We have a version which is automatically deployed there. So we deploy it to 2 locations at the moment. Don't know why. Well, yeah, I know why. I know because I wanted to try it out. I wanted to see if it's quicker and keep it all under one bill, and kind of transition away from AWS because I don't really use it. And for the new site, it will probably be on Google's systems, or well, it can be anywhere really because it's just static files. Where was I going at? So yeah, these images and stuff, and it's then on a CDN, so it makes things quick. And I've been slowly removing Google from, Google Analytics. So I now use Plausible Analytics. Plausible Analytics. These guys are really good, very simple, because I never really used Google Analytics. Now that I've got like a Raspberry Pi, a Pi-hole, or a DNS setting, it doesn't do anything for me. So I wanted to kind of make it more simpler for the privacy conscious people out there. So removing the things so that then I don't have to have a crazy cookie policy with loads of these different providers like Google Fonts, and seeing about getting rid of that. Google Analytics, that will go. Mail, that'll stay. Cloudflare will stay. MailChimp may go. I'm just trying to see about fixing the cookie and data policies. But we digress so hard right there. Thanks for that. Where were we? So we're halfway through, like, our new version, well, our Nuxt version, which is like Next.js, and our Gridsome version, which is like Gatsby. The difference is I want it to be just static generated, and our Nuxt.js, and it got complicated too fast, while Gridsome managed to spark some joy, make it enjoyable again. Otherwise, I was almost at a point of abandoning this project. Well, that project. It's the Nuxt.js. It's there, but we're giving it a new try. So we're on the Gridsome one. Let's close off some of these and is it contain? I was dealing with this image. I want to make it square, and there's a feature on Gridsome and in Gatsby, which I forget, which is image and we can set the width and height. And we've got this image cropping. Fit. I want it to fit, and I want it to use that option top right, fit cover or fit contain. So if I do fit and equals contain, we should have a clean square. He says. It's generally not happening now, is it? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's right, because it's coming from the server, different route. I'll address that at another time, because I have a Google Cloud function which goes. We'll see here, and I navigate to open up this in a new tab. We have this file and T small, I think. Can throw in a whole bunch of different sizes. I think T banner. It creates different versions of the image to different specifications, or I can say width. I forget. There's a few different commands I can say, and it was allowed to use cloud computing to generate those images, and then I can serve them down. But Gridsome has it built in. I can build those at runtime, maybe, but I don't know whether that's going to take too long to build with so many images. So having a CDN makes that simpler between builds. So let's skip over making that square. Let's close some of these. That's awesome though. That selector project. Wherever it's gone. Selector. I have a watch of that. Let's open up in the right tab. I'll give that a follow and a watch on star. It's awesome. Oh wow, there's quite a few contributions in there. That's pretty cool. How have you got so many people contributing? They just like one commit. Let's have a look, see what one. Oh, is it like a forked project? I'm genuinely interested. Where's the data? I guess that the data is on a content management system as well. Either way, cool. Yeah, it's like 10 people on the project. Mongo. Key bindings. Random. Either way, that's really cool. Player shortcuts. Cool. I'll if you make that component like kind of shareable or importable as a standard web component, like extract it as a web component, and that you just have to feed it a track, might be able to use that. But the problem which I have at the moment is when you're on a page like this and I want to be able to click on these icons and it jump to that track within the show. But again, digress so hard. I've lost which tab I was on. This tab. Let's pin the tab. Make it over here and make that over here. Clean that up. So we got the artwork header in place. We copy that across. And I wanted, it was all this data, the track links and stuff. If I enable this now, it's going to go, oh no, and complain at me. Let's go ahead and do that. Episodes. First of all, it's complaining about that. So, much as I know, search on providers. It's down to its appearances when the show has appeared on. So I'm going to disable that for now because I've not done that in our Gridsome data in our GraphQL. Unlinked providers. Now it's wanting some additional content, which we have over on this version. If we get it right, it's on this track. It's on. Oh, I need to play some music. It's gone really quiet, hasn't it? Yeah, there we go. When I go on tangents like that, I completely forget that we have background music. Here we go. All the providers which we have or potentially can have. So I'm gonna basically copy across what we got in here. Return. The reason why I think I remember if I did this. The reason why we list all these providers is because sometimes a page may not have actual link to a provider, so we wanted to generate those and generate the search link, which I think when you click on something, it makes it easier for you to kind of search for the artist yourself if I've not been able to find it. And what I'll do is, I guess I can just copy across these two from the computed section. Close that down, close that down. Is it in computed? Yes, it is in computed. Let's probably complain about something else now. Links. Yes. This stop page transitions to this dollar page, and I think it's track.links. Oh, I don't even have to do half of that work. The reason why is because I changed how the GraphQL comes out with a different format, which makes things so much easier. I'm just looking at this now and trying to see how I can convert it. Providers, platform. I think that's right. Yep, platform. And the array will be $page.tracks or track.links. And each one of those will go through and clean that itself up. We do that again over here. Okay, yeah. So this one is trying to find providers which are not in So we're going to go links and we're going to map over them. And each one of those, excuse me, we have a link in there. Let's make that shorthand. Link.platform. So platforms. Those are all the platforms we have. We can go over each of the providers. And if let's fix them for platforms and platforms providers the same thing, but platform search. If that platform is from the list of platforms we have available to us, and we know we want to exclude them. Why is my mind gone blank right now? Filter. So return if platforms include. That'll return back the constant array for that. I want it to not include that. And the search keys item provider. I think that might work. Dollar page. Oh, this dollar page. But why? Oh, includes. Just mixes up with Ruby on Rails there. Now it's complaining. This is because I'm just hacking it together and saying writing unit tests and all that. It gets a bit gnarly. I'm pretty sure you guys don't mind seeing the bug and seeing how I go on about it. Because I'm not too sure what that response is, I'm gonna have to do a shotgun test. Is print it out as a log and see what we got. So yeah, we have no Bing, Discogs, all those. So why are you complaining? Oh right, yes, that's just an array of. That and that should be nice and clean. Oh, come on. Why are you complaining at now? Undefined of null? What? This search providers includes. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just going, hey, get me all. I probably can write this much easier. Like this. Yeah. So from the array of excluded, unlinked, missing platforms. The array of missing platforms, sort them so they're in a nice alphabetical order. We're doing a compare. And then for each one of those, from here we got this key and then bring us back that. How hard can it be? Keep your friends close and your bugs closer. Absolutely. Okay, now can't read that property. Why can't you read that property? Of undefined. Yeah, this is. It gets here sometimes. Oh yeah, there was a typo on this, and of course it's not going to do it because we're using a anonymous function. And I'm still doing this provider platform mess. Oh, okay. We got that's happening somewhere else. Tracklink. It doesn't know what this tracklink is. We've not allowed it to be created yet. Welcome back, Bob Ross. Owen. And right. I'm going to disable this one for a second and concentrate on this one. And the expectation on the previous version and transition over this is we're going to go over the array of things, right, all the links, and they're in the right format. We're just sorting them. So platform and tracklink doesn't exist at the moment on this project. So let's go ahead and create that. Not a folder. This Vue, and we just jump over to our previous project. And it's tracklink. You probably see that I'm just making a right old mess all over this file structure, but please forgive me. Let's bring it across, and then I want to see why am I duplicating effort. I shouldn't need to duplicate effort. I'm using it. This one's using it while this one is just like not using it. So we'll fix that. Make a static website for you. Bob Ross is doing Fiverr, guys. Winning. Not $5. It's a good way to get little gigs. I've done Fiverr a few times, but I got annoyed with it because people are so subjective. Like, oh, I want it pink, and then they'll say that's not the right pink. And I was just like, nope, I haven't got time for this. I got bigger things to do. But if you got the time and dealing with the clients and what they want to do, then yeah, totally do it. We're using the composition API again. Where did I use it? I used it here. Just need to change Nuxt to Vue and it should happily work. He says, haha. it's this tab. I need to tell this track page to import track link from at symbol. Yeah, at that symbol components dot track link. And paste that into there. Boom, there we go. Do we have it? Is that? Does it work? It's probably not going to work first time. Guaranteed you it did not work first time, because on this version I was using a translation engine and I've not brought that across. So I'll just provider for now. But now we want to get the search links working. I can simplify it. Why have I made it so complicated, Kyle? I can just do that. And I don't need to even do this mapping. And I'll just return that. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. I do that. I pass it into here, and this is going, because of how I've coded it up, saying it's required to have a provider, and if you pass in href, then you've got to render it out. Assume that it's going to be a linked, a true link that we have. We're saying, hey, use this link. If I'm not providing you a href, build a link for me using the track name. So we always pass through the track name and the platform, and the href is conditional. So that's where, yeah, does that. So if we have a href, then well, this is the ternary, if you've not heard of them. So you can see this is written as like a if and then else. So if this is true, then do this, or return back this search, which is here. Probably should have put that below. And yes, it's an inline computed method, so it returns automatically. It's complaining about this provider SVG, and we'll deal with that in a minute. But there we go. Coming over here, we have all of the providers which it doesn't exist on. And some of those I think I might want to exclude. Oh yeah, well I can say, do I have a search link for it? If I do, then display. If I don't, then don't display. And how will I do that? Oh, simple. If link. I don't want website to always be there. Oops. Oh, come on. Oh. You know why that's happened? Why it's just like blanked out certain spaces or things? Is because, yeah, we're going through them. We're giving you here's a link, and it's going, well, nah. So I need to think of a different way on how to do it. How will I... So that's where this did come into play, because I was using this, but I don't want to do that. Because it's just a duplicate effort. I need maybe a way for TrackLink to communicate, like to peek into it and go, well, these are the search URLs. Or I'll do a double filter on this. And you guys like that, right? So from all the platforms, hang on. Even better. I was just thinking I can just convert all this into a simple array of ones which I do want to show. It's semi. Don't do the thing. Do that. And for this one, because it's on the new line, we'll do that in good faith. Let's go on to convert to a array. I want to wrap around that. Music M. Platform search. So we go to platforms, filter those out, and then we need to do another filter. Oh wait, platform search. Winning. Yay. So yeah, you can search on Bing or DuckDuckGo on this, and the fun thing you can see. You can close this down. Thanks. We have these search URLs. So say for example DuckDuckGo, duckduckgo.com/?, which is a search query, and we're passing in, what's this? Curly brackets. You can see that it's slitted around, and it's crucial because we're doing this replace that exact string with a URI encoded track name. So I can say this Janet Jackson DuckDuckGo should have done that. I got so confident then that would work. But it's because we can see the error down here because we don't have track name pass through. Let's try that again. Let's do it proper this time. Let's go step one back. Got this track name. How do we do the track name? Track name is not even computed. Where is it? Track name. Oops. Fine. We'll return this .page.track.title, and what we'll do is we'll construct it. This dot page dot track dot artist dot title. Whew, that was long-winded. Now it shouldn't complain. It's complaining about it's trying to load these providers. Don't worry about that. Now, fingers crossed, guys. Let's give this a go. Duck, duck, go. Are we going to go to the duck? Yeah, Janet Jackson till it's gone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Loving it. Oh, I just realized my camera is dead. How long has my camera been dead for? That's what it said. It's because when I got this camera on, and it's been on most of the day with loads of meetings, for like 3 minutes. I should have said, man, missing my beautiful. Well, you're not really missing out on anything, really. The battery dies out, even though it's on trickle charge. With the there we go. We're back because this camera takes these batteries, and they last a couple hours on their own. And the camera is plugged in to the wall, but it still drains slowly the battery. And it's been on most of the day through meetings, and it usually lasts up until this time. But it ran out, and thus you get that nice failure. But thanks for sticking around. That's awesome. And sharing your site. I'm super stoked that this is going so well today. Usually I get like one little tiny thing which are fixed, but this one's like I just smashed together this page, barring you noticed I had to disable this. This is translation, and I've not brought in that tool yet, and that would require me digging around the internet, and you don't want me to dig around. Well, you might want to see me do that. I don't want to do that just right now. I want to see something more tangible. Yeah. Oh, what time is it for you guys? 3 o'clock or 1 o'clock or noon? So you guys are you be finished up in a couple hours. What are you working on? Or can't you share it? I guess it would be on like NDA. I'm really stoked. I want to be able to click that and it go through, and that is in the artwork header. The highlighted. Aww. I can't do that. It's just how I've designed it originally. Highlighted is just a string I can pass through because I use this same template in different ways, and highlighted is a string pass through. I might make it a secondary name slot and change things around a bit so I can then pass in HTML at the same time. But for now, it's going to be as is. Sorry, guys. Do I do it? Let's go and do it. Let's go and do it. Slot. Name, I think it is like this. This is off the top of my head. Let's see if it works. We get rid of the highlighted in there. It should be fine on there. Let's save that. Go over to our track header, and now we have whatever we pass in here. We can pass in a link. G-link. Boop, 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 boop. And but now we will pass in what our artist title. So page, track, artist, title. We need to say what slot it belongs to. So it's £. Off. I've forgotten how it's done. I think it's like that. Let's have a look. No, it's not like that. View named slots. I'm so sure I'm so close. We got that part working. Ah, it's B. I thought there was a shorthand. You could do the pound sign. Nope. B slot. Highlighted. Is that going to even allow it? It's complaining something rotten about it. Name slots must use template on a... Okay. Got you. That's why it's complaining. So now, if I do that, boom, name slot, boom in, and let's fix that up. G-link. Come on. Finish that. We want to go bind it to, and we'll just grab the artist. It won't work straight away because when we're doing our query, oh, we are doing it through. Oh, why? Suspect. Oh, it is linkable. I was expecting it to like kind of go blue, but yeah, that wasn't so hard, was it? What was I complaining about? Just doing some back end work right now. Startup. Taxfly. I might have come across that. Taxfly. Tax is done for you. Oh, this is pretty. I might have come across this once or twice. I think. Cool though. Are they hiring? Senior QA engineer. We've got you covered. I don't think they got you on there. But that's awesome. So I guess you guys listen to selection during the day and of course cut your code, and during the night you listen to selection on the Discord. I bet. Is it Ruby on Rails in the background, or Node.js, or some other obscure backend? I probably would have found out in that QA listing. Woo! Yeah. That was painless. I'm loving this now. This is so fun. So we're going to do the artist page. How did we do it before? Oh yeah, I forget that there's a global pandemic. It's not just in the United Kingdom. Yeah, you guys over there. I forget about it for most of the time because I work from home a lot. Here in the United Kingdom, we've got it real bad over here. So it's quite nice to just kind of forget about why we're working from home and just do the work. Got Node and C# on the back end. You know what? I've not touched any C#. I've touched a little tiny bit of .NET when I was working at Manchester Airport Group. We're working with. That's about it. It's a bit overdone and complicated, and you have to do so much setup in a way. But yeah, colored binary. That's pretty sweet though. Like if you come from that, I guess you're very hireable. But you'll have a great deal of computer science experience, more than I guess me, because I don't have the degrees in that. I just kind of started hacking at HTML and making things work. Over time, I get better. Never considered myself as a pro, a super awesome duper developer. Just there's people who are better than me, but there's also people who can learn from me too. And thus, being here on Twitch, I know Bob Ross is inspired and like wanting to find streamers who are doing code. Maybe it's for company and or some advice and some little tidbits. Like live streaming, live coding is definitely not. It is a very low bandwidth way on learning codes. There's like loads of tutorials. Fireship.io on YouTube. It's like 100 seconds, and you kind of get to know what React is. Your company is very, very welcome. And hopefully maybe you do pick up something or seeing it something through. So yeah, if that's your boat, then thanks. Anyone can learn. Mostly self-taught. Design background. I got friends who do design. Then they code. It's good to have that, because when you think of a design you come from a design background, you're thinking about how the user is going to interact with your tool, with your product, and you find ways to ship better. But you're not thinking about how to optimize this algorithm to shave off a millisecond on this computation, which no one cares about. Your end customers really care about how it feels, the experience. When you can code for that, you win 100% every single time. Like designers who can code, I think they are really, really valuable. Like designers which know how code works, even more valuable. Like Storybook.js, everyone going design components, and they're doing great work there. It's allowing that kind of transition between that, so that your designer and coder are working more closely together, building great experiences. Like the yesteryear of terrible Windows applications, which are just default boilerplate sidebar and crappy user interfaces, and you have to click through menus and buttons and less accessibility. What's that Space Jam Warner website? Is it still up? Oh my god, it is so still up. This was 1996. They have an accessibility page, and this page is early HTML, unless they've updated it, because usually you had to put in a reference tag to say what version of HTML you're using. Bada bing, bada boom. I love that. But it looks like they are like, that's old style. That's old. That's well old. Like this used to be the way you defined what your links were. Like CSS was so new back then that you didn't have the ability to use a cascade and style sheet much. There's a little tiny bit of it here where it's been updated, but that's how you did. That's how you made these links here. Make them that color. Ads don't touch. Where are the ads? Is it generated or I guess they took them out, and it must have been using some content management system like Macromedia Dreamweaver to generate that, because this include. Ooh, there's a video hidden. Does the file exist? Fast. Oh, there's no video. He's got fast break, break. I guess they're images to like kind of control a video. Press box. Yeah, this is how you build sites. You see, tables are everywhere on this. This is how you laid it out. Oh, this is nostalgia for me. And I'm really surprised it's still working. But they have definitely touched the site recently because you have this policies, HTTPS, which was not really a thing back then. That's at least 2008 they've touched it. Do not remove. For the tracking purposes, I guess. And they've updated that link there. So yeah, they must have touched it at some point through the time, but it's surprising. This is like the benchmark. Does this site still work or list to test your browsers? Center tag throwback for days. Yes. Right. Where was I? I keep getting sidetracked. We were going to do the artist page, just like how as we have on here, which is broken. Let's see if we can fix that. There we go. We're not even bothered to do the page. How rude of me. Oh, the reason why I didn't do the page because there isn't really much of an interesting page to be done. I can list the tracks, which is in the artist, and the episodes it appears on. Like, you tell me, is it an artist page on selection? What would you expect to see? I kind of guess, let's say Austin Mark, and you want to see Austin Mark. We got all the tracks which have ever been played by Austin Mark and the episodes which are played on. I guess this could be designed better, but it is what it is. So you can be like, oh, I remember that one, or you'll be able to listen to it. So for now, it's just like that. Oh, I can do better than that, can't I? How hard can it be? This is me with software engineering, especially when live streaming this coding is. I try and think, how long is this going to take me? And is it achievable and entertaining enough, especially when streaming, to challenge it? Especially when I'm going into unknown territory. If not planned out a little bit, we could be stuck here in my flow for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, while I'm trying to figure something out. But I still talk around it. What I'm doing now is I'm copying the header part, because we can get an image maybe of an artist. We don't actually have images of artists on we managed to get one, but it's probably of one random track, because artists don't really have. We go to Spotify maybe. Let's go over to Spotify. See Dusty Decks. They have an image, but I guess that artwork is from some of the original artwork which has been released. This one here, Golden Crates. That's Golden Crates there. So yeah, I got to think of a different design. It is like an artist image. You're right. For it to have this same flavor, but it's just like Janet Jackson. I don't know if it just does justice or whether I need to come up with a different designer. The designer for the project. We'll just jump on over to the designs. Boop, and artist page. I did have someone submitting, Dorian, to see, well, to offer up his services for designs, and that's what he's come up with for this artist page. Got some metadata which we can put into there. Yeah, Yeah. Let's do that. So we'll start off with kind of getting our base. And I'm tempted to kind of switch the code to Pug. You know, a lang Pug. And I'll show you another project which I've used that. And the reason why I think the consideration to switch over to Pug probably makes things a little bit cleaner and easier. So, I don't know. See, you just kind of level down. You can put in classes like this, or you can attributes down like that. So I don't have to worry about close brackets. It is all about indentation. But on the other hand, it would be hypocritical for me because I was for like you probably in your software house you'll have a style lang. You have SCSS. And SCSS, it's just like CSS. You have to tags like that. While there's its brother, SASS, and it's different. So font, it's like that. It's indented like that. And I'm not a big fan of Sass. I think it allowed people to get too lazy. You know how you can do, what was it, ampersand and internal this and keep going down into a what's that Russian doll style of defining CSS class names. And looking at that, let's see if we do dot thing. I'm looking at that and going, what's the actual class? What's the class name? You had to spend mental energy to do that, to understand what's going on there, instead of it being, well, say that's your class. You can read it straight away. So that's why I'm against SCSS and SASS for those nesting. If we get rid of that nesting, it's nice. But then it's an extra, because it's built on top of like C, and then you've got a Node version, and then you've got a Ruby version. It takes, I found out, the like 30 seconds to 2 minutes to install your application because it's SASS with the previous client. I was like, why are we wasting a minute and a half on continuous integration builds just compiling SCSS? This is wasteful. We got post CSS these days, which is powerful enough to do all that. Maybe we just lose a little bit of the nesting features, but we've got it already bundled in using auto prefixer. Let's remove one dependency and improve our development stack. The time of build and you can see there, like, the nested stuff is actually anti-pattern in my mind. Yeah, you said it right. Just before I went on just that little tangent. Right, so we started to kind of put a layout around, well, this block. There might be an easier way. I want to do this like this block, but that's how it is right now. So we got our page in the block. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. And artist artwork header. We'll bring in this, and because it's not so simple anymore, we need to explicitly define it in our code. So export default components, and it's artwork header. The thing with you colored binary, you've been working with React. And you might have seen on this project somewhere, in some places, I'm using composition API. And barring this first part, it's this part which starts getting interesting, where it's starting to blend itself closely to React, where we're defining our functions and then passing them through. And you probably know in React where you'd have this use state and a few other things which you're passing through and allowing those functions to be use this function. So that's where this whole setup thing in Vue.js is starting to feel a lot like React, whilst staying in tune with the Vue.js community. So that's why I've put it in. I sprinkled it around just so that I'm learning the patterns correctly from time to time, to keep myself in tune with what React devs are doing. Yes. Have you come across X-State? I think X-State.js is like so good for the JavaScript community. We have this in our backend, and you've probably done it in C and stuff like this. Finite state machines of what is your application doing instead of setting up is open, is closed, booleans. You have a state machine, so you're transitioning through different states, and I think it makes a whole world of sense to define your application in this. Well worth a look. MobX. Let's have a look. Oh, straight up with the documentations. Show me, I want to click things. Like, I like the idea of code which can be easily extracted to other libraries. That's why X-State, I'm really in love with this, because it's not tied to React or Vue or Svelte. Able to use it in different packages, and I think that's where we're ultimately going. Not being binded to a package, a framework. Yes, it makes things easier in some cases, but when we just go React all the things or Vue all the things, we get one step away from, well, let's push it back to JavaScript. Totally. JavaScript's been so hot in the last couple of years. We're getting so much great things in JavaScript, and I'm loving it for that. Again, I need to stop these tangents. Come on. I was doing this title, and I'm gonna pass into my component. Oh, while we're on tangents, lit element. Take a look into this. If you're wanting to make native web components with a little sprinkling of a wrapper around it. So it's literal element. So you're saying, hey, use this HTML to parse through all this, and then you're getting some niceties around it. I've used it on a project before where I couldn't use React, couldn't use Angular, couldn't use Vue.js. I had to have it bundle into all of those. And I chose this because it's lightweight. If you wanted to create a package or component or the library which is available on all platforms. Oh, nice! See, you're one step ahead of me. You should be doing this. I should just like live share the link and then have you just do it for me on stream. Cool. And of course that's going to say there is no artwork. Art is artwork. Yeah, that's... Oh! Managed to find one with some artwork. Yeah, so many things you can do in our free time. Yeah, this technically is my free time. What was I doing? So this is where the tracks and appearances. So I'll put in a note here to remind myself. Yeah, that's the thing about software engineering is you kind of like what happened in 2020. So many people saying, "Seems we've got all this time, just code. Like it's so easy, right?" It's not that easy. You need to kind of fall properly in love with coding, and just keep at it. Especially in today's age where there's so many bits of code around. You need to keep sharp. And when you fall in love with it, or when you kind of become kind of dependent on code as your source of dopamine, like you got a problem, you solve the problem, and you're like, yay. You get addicted to that. You can spend hours and hours on the same problem, and you're not being budged. You're kind of happy and content and in the zone, in focus to do it. And that's what brings me. That's why I love it. And I guess you do too, because you've got loads of experience behind you, and everyone else who's watching and listening. I forgot what I was doing again. I was putting in notes of tracks played and episodes appeared on and times played. Yeah, I'm going to throw an extra one. So say for example there's Austin Mark with like 10 tracks or how many tracks there are here. And sometimes Joe K plays that track a couple episodes. So how many times has a track been played? Oh, you gotta love something, the playground. So I remodeled the data to use a GraphQL, and now I can I don't think I have a GraphQL exposed publicly. I don't think I will do that either for now. But for a new version of the site, which I might, we'll ping out for that, a new Offspring project. This feature allows us to say query get all the YouTube links on the site, and I can then create a page of just YouTube links, or create a page of Spotify links, or I can use this GraphQL when I'm in development mode, and then create a function which will query this and make me a Spotify list each and every week. Oh, I need to fix that image. Why are you so big? Oh yeah, I know why it's big. Because it's doing that. How do I fix that? Width 64. Right? 64. Oh, have I done the size? Oh, I've already written in. Okay, so let's extract that and wrap it because it's not working as suspected. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Is 84 just a massive number? Doesn't even exist. Oh, right, yes. I don't think 84 exists in Tailwind CSS. Let's try another number. 52. Yeah. Tailwind CSS sizes. I thought there was loads of sizes. That's width. Nope. Sizes. If I'm in the right flow and zone, and I'm feeling it, I can be coding until like 12 midnight, 1, sometimes 2. Actually, there's been times when I've been up until 4 a.m. Coding. Here we go. There's a 84 and we wanted to make it that big. Let's give that a look. Yeah, that'll do. Probably on the spacing. It was, yeah, something like that. Let's have a look. Spacing. Customize spacing, theme spacing. Usually it gives a graphic. But I'd probably add in that customize one. Did on this Tailwinds. Oh, I added in a massive one. Custom, eh? Well, that looks decent. And what we're missing from this? We want tracks, right? So let's go and bring those tracks in. Maybe. Now I'm uncertain whether I can do that. Oh, it'll be like the episode page, which we've not yet done. Let's give it a try. Probably should, and I said this probably like 2 months ago. Probably should separate these out into their own components. Yeah, that's our black space, and let's give it. What did the designer do? Tracks. Got a total number of tracks on the other side as well. Clean it up. And the problem I've got here is I don't think I have tracks in the GraphQL repo for that playground. Say all artist. Let's just get because there's only one artist on my demo data. Get the nodes. And I want to get the title. Let's load that for a second. Should have tracks. Yeah, I want to have tracks in there as a collection. Do I? I should. Yeah, let's do it. I'm pushing on. So with each artist which is created, we want to populate that. And I might want to be explicit with the type here. So type artist implements node ID equals ID and title is a string. We got all that for start. What else do we have on it by generated for us? Content, artwork, episodes is an integer which we want to extract out. Headings and the links, which are there's sometimes I wanted to kind of say this is the artist Instagram and Twitter and stuff, but I've never got round to doing that because there's an additional layer of searching around the internet. So for now, I'll keep it with what data we do have. We have episodes, which will be a episode, and we have tracks, which will be a track. And we'll stick with that for now. Let's add it in for future. Links, which will be a link. And we can see them down here. So now, let's close off episodes, let's close off chapters and tracks. We're going to concentrate on this. And I've instantly forgotten it without looking at some other data of what I needed to do. What was it doing? So we have tracks, that's what we wanted to deal with. So in order to do this, we need to create an array of tracks from anything which matches. So how's that going to happen? Well, that's a spicy one. It actually might be something a bit beyond the scope of what I'm comfortable with challenging, because I was challenging this and this took hours, absolute hours to get this right. Yeah, we have the episodes. Oh yeah, the episodes might be a little bit easier. If actually no, correction, I can do this. I just remembered how I can do this. Tracks, well, I can't do that because it conflicts with another constant. Artist tracks. And I'm going to go to the tracks collection and find nodes. We can pass in a query from this, where the artist is equal EQ to artist ID. I think that might work. I'm not absolutely sure. Of how the reference in the database worked for that. This is probably where a console log and seeing what spits itself out when we boot the server again. And then once we've got those that data, we can do artist tracks equals all those tracks, and we'll map through them. I don't think that works the map properly. Let's give it a try anyway. Return a create reference to a track, and we have to pass in the track ID, and hopefully that will create the correct reference. Let's first give that a try. How to try it? We have to restart the server. So it's an empty array, you can see here. So that did not work as expected. Oh, that's annoying. I could do it on the track side. But it seems right for the artist to go, hey, all tracks, find me. It might even not properly work. Or the query, I could query. Yeah. So, low-key JS query, start with. Wherever I can pass in a function. It's usually this find. In contains. Might be able to use the contains. Yeah. Okay, so the path of a track contains the artist path. That should match. I think. Let's have a try. If not, I'll give up on it. Oh, yay! Straight up, first time. Cute. Yeah, so we did it. We did it. We did the thing. I wanted to. If I go over to our GraphQL now, do I have tracks and can I print out the title? Oh my god, it straight up worked first time. Let's go! Yes! Oh, love having you here. Love you guys. You definitely bring some excitement to my Wednesdays. V4 and well, first of all, oops. We want to bring back our tracks and I don't know, title, links, which is a platform, and href. I'll do for now. So. I could have saved myself some time and effort in doing a query, but I like it like this. This is fine. Page.artist singular tracks. We got all of them. So track in. We want to pass in the ID key. Track ID. Let's go. And first of all, track title. Let's see. Does this do the thing which we wanted to do? It didn't do. What error do we have? It did the thing. That's the thing now. It did the thing. So now I'll pause that there because on this version, if we go into a show, we have this. And that's a component. I remember building that component. If we bring that component over and get it to bark right, then I can use that in the artist page. The only downside is I may want to say don't include the artist name because it will be repeating all all over. And maybe change the startup, because if we go over to our design, which is the track page, let's see what's our common difference. Oh, we don't list that. I think it's on episode page. The design which we have from our designers. It looks like this. The font size is the same. We're just excluding the time code and the artist name. And I love that we got the circle around it. I guess the hover over to play. And then I think of like indication saying, hey, you can play me without going to anywhere else. And I was thinking like having the hover, which starts playing the like a preview of the track. But that was a stretch. That's a stretch goal. There's so much of that. So yeah, cool. Let's boop. Track row, and I do want to clean this up. I'll when I figure out a better naming convention. Vue competition API and Nuxt link. Let's change that to G link. You know what? This might work straight out the box. I don't think it will. I don't feel it will. It doesn't feel like it will. But you know what I'm thinking? Yeah, we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna go straight in with assuming it's gonna work until it's not. Track row, and let's close this off and make ourselves a bit bigger. And usually I like to pull things across over here so I can visually see them, because I forget things all the time. It's artist doc, and this will be the page.artist, and track doc, which will be the page.artist. Oh, it'll be the track. Winning so far, doing good. And we want to hide Q, which is the time code. And that's not going to work just yet, because we need to again import track row from components track row. Oh, by the way, the version 4 of selection track lists is public, so you can actually see it on GitHub. I'm building it in a public manner because I do want to have the site at least publicly available, and people can like yourself openly contribute to the project. That's the idea. And I'll figure out a way with the data, because the data is massive and it's all files, so I'm yet to figure that one out. But we got it's looking decent so far. It's complaining about the artwork, and rightfully so, because we didn't bring it through. I've been for the data. I'm thinking of having the data still as a private repository. I want to try and keep that close to chests for now, to avoid getting because I want to make sure that the data which we have is the true source of truth. Instead of a duplicate of it and fork, and then people are modifying on top of that. So I want to make sure keep hold of that. And there is another project in mind, which is on a slow burner, where I'm looking to expand the data beyond selection radio to host all other radios, over long form audio. So I'm working on the data structure for that, and then we'll transition over that, and that might become a USP. Also looking into Supabase.io. This is a spicy nugget. Alternative to Firebase.io, but it's open source, so that's a good got going for it. At the moment it's free, but over time they will put a charge, but it's yet known. It's a Postgres database, so you can download it and take your data away, unlike FaunaDB. And it comes with a few bells and whistles, which will make the project a bit easier to quickly get going. Is exactly what anybody's side project should do. Episode link, track links. Why are you complaining? Oh, episode track links. Oh yeah. I know this one. We need to bring that in. Let's do that. Episode track links. Where are you? Episodes. It's a right mess. Episode track links. What do I need to do to this to make it work? Let's make this a G and a Vue. And that's not going to work. For now, we'll comment that out and we'll do the internationalization of the site later. Oh, track. Oh no, that's right. That makes sense. So episode track link, as you seen, I'll show you on this one. This is an episode track link, and when we go to a track, if I can get to one, this is also an episode track link, but it comes with a title with it. So you reuse a component. Future thinking me. So now I can utilize that same code. Right. Import this bad boy from components, view that, and then components like this. Pass in episode track links as a component into our component, and I've got it coded up that if there's more than, I don't know, 8, a certain number, it will, more than 4, there it is, more than 4. I probably should make that as a configurable. If there's more than 4, it'll just say that there's 8 links, like this. Otherwise it just looks a mess. But if there's less than 8 links, it makes it look nice. Let's see, Superbase. Let's grab this link. Yeah. Give it a good check out. I like the. Oh, it didn't go out to Twitch. Why not Twitch? Internal error. I tried to send that message to you. Let's see. Let's pop it in. There you go. I missed a dot. Yeah, well. And he's doing something with the links. Expected a object but got an array. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Because we've changed how our links work. It is an array. We simplified it. So I'll have to fix that. Don't really want to do it now. I want to fix that artwork first. That's be more satisfying. And it's going to be as simple as just enable the component, I hope. Let's do that. Let's enable the component. Oh. It's all coming up Millhouse. I do need to fix that. Let's do it. We got... Wow, I've been on stream for 3 hours. Wow. I should get to... Like, I am well in the zone, but I really should get something to eat as well. So... Let's fix that. Let's fix this one little... This error here. And I'm probably going to leave it there for today, and have a bit of a rest. I've had so much fun though. This has been the most amount of fun I've had on stream for a long time. Added links, each one of these. No, I don't even need to do the valid link stuff. Pop that as data. Data dot what's it called? Platform, because I decided to change things halfway through. And did I change the input? I didn't. It's still provider. I'm gonna have to go through and fix that as well. So I can get rid of this. Doop, doop. And I can get rid of this keys length. I probably don't even need that valid links check. And a few moments ago I did say I need to fix that, so let's put in a limit. Limit, it will be a type of number. And default will be 4. Now we can put limit there. Do we have it fixed and working? I guess so. With this piece of data, dummy data. Let's disable 4 pieces of content, and I don't know whether it reloads it into the database. Oh yeah, it did load it into the database because now they're none. Because we're trying to load in those icons and we don't have them. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring those icons across. So in assets, images, providers, and we have all these icons. We want to open up in Finder, and then going to just open up in here, reveal in Finder, new folder, providers, and just open up that, grab all these, paste them in there. All the zooms. And a track link is trying, it wasn't a track link, was it? It was, yeah, it was a track link. And it's trying to do this clever thing which we had to do on our previous version. I think we can do it some justice. We can go through the G image, and the logo should be as simple as returning providers, props provider. I think it's providers. It's still on here yet. .svg. Making that redundant. Refresh the page. Almost. V-if logo. Let's see what we return back. Nada, nothing. It totally should though. Even on this one. Did we break it? Title of null. Can't load the title of null. Gonna restart the server just in case. Just realised my phone battery is gonna die in 15 minutes. Let's take the camera battery, the camera charger, and allow that to just go into charge. Because I use my phone as my my chat stream as well as another screen, just to kind of keep on top of these, keep on top of you guys. Come on! I want to get that artwork for the platforms, providers, the links working, and then we can call today as a success. What? The success. It's very, very close. That it's doing something kooky. Width, I don't know, 20, height 20. Oh, it's getting better. Yeah, that'll do. Some of them don't load because I've not got the images for them yet, and that's for another time when I do quality analysis on the site and make sure it's good. But that's pretty sweet. Let's pop on over to it might just be easier to go for this. Refresh the page. Track link was not loaded correctly. Why? Oh, yeah. Of course. We need to import it from @components.tracklink. Let's import it and make it available. I would like it to act like it was in Nuxt, but it's not. there's our 4 links to wherever it is for that track. And when we re-enable our data, did it happen instantaneously? It happened so quick, or it doesn't render. I don't know. Oh, it doesn't like it when we change the content midway through. It's kind of really had a bad time. Ship it. Let's see. Rocket. I do want to ship it. I think I do have 5. Did I set it up as? No, I didn't set it up on the site yet as a version 4 version of it, and I've not got it to simultaneously deploy at the same time. But it is a point I want to get it to, where the current version of the site, which people love and use, can continue using it as a primary site, and version 4, as I'm still working on it, is using the same data and available as a subdomain. It is something which I want to get to in very soon. And just to remind you, it's going to be the 10-year anniversary of Selection next weekend. That's nuts. I don't know whether I have this site ready for then. It'd be great if it could. But I've been hacking at it for quite a while. But episode 500 is in April as well, and that was my initial goal, was to ship it by 2021, New Year's. I've missed that, of course. We're here and I've not shipped it. My secondary shipment is 10-year anniversary, which is in a week's time. I'm not feeling too comfortable about shipping just yet. I want to make sure we've got more feature in. Episode 500, it's a guarantee that I'll be able to ship it, because you can see it's pretty much almost done. But as promised, I'm going to start winding down. I'm really happy with today's progress, and I've never been so stoked to... Oh, these are the old versions of... I'm going to have to... I'll keep that open on another tab. I'll remind myself to have another look at it. So stoked with this new direction. I was really starting to hit a wall with Nuxt.js. It's great, but it really wants a server. And so you have a client side and a server which hydrates through, and it would be great, but I want to avoid having to have a server which it's just serving content. It's a challenge to try and get this site, which does not change content until Friday every week, when the new show goes onto SoundCloud. So I don't need to have it a spinning server just doing that. It's a static site. It takes a minute to build and it's good to go. So that's a challenge, and I think I found a good solution. For now, it's feeling good. I'm super excited for it, and got to fix loads of issues which I know probably plague people on a core site, like this search bar. I did have Agolia on there, but I kept reaching the caps because we have 21,000 identified tracks. In total, there's 20,000 files, links on this site. There's a lot of data, and Agolia is like, you're gonna have to pay for us, and that would become expensive. This is a side project out of my own pocket. I do get the grace and donations from the community, and I'm very, very thankful for that. To buy a coffee or support on Patreon, the continuation of this. It's so humble to have yourself, a selection fan, continue on enjoying selection, coming each and every week, and you see the visitors every month, 10,000. It's nuts. From scratching your own back on a solution to buying the music, which you love to listen to 10,000 unique visitors a month, and people chipping in a couple dollars here and there to keep the site online. And well, it's not about the money. I generally do it for the community, and if it wasn't for the love of the community, the Discord channel, the love I get from the core selection crew, I probably would have stopped caring, or stopped it for a while. But is that what keeps me going, and the support? So thank you. That's it. That's today. I'll be here again next week, Wednesday the 20th, and it will be. I'm trying to think what time it is. It's got to be in New York-y. I've been streaming for 3 hours, so it would be 2 o'clock New York time, or 9 a.m. LA time. There we go. I need to remember that. 6 UK, 2 New York, and 9 LA time. Will we be catching you on the Selection Discord channel this Saturday, where we are doing Selection Appreciation Day? Well, each and every day on the Discord channel. Let's actually, I can't play any of the music on the Discord channel because the stream won't allow me. But the Discord, oh, you're pinging there. Of course you're in. The selection. Oh, I just had it up then. I've lost it now. There it is. The schedule. What are we on Wednesday? Alternative R&B. I missed the Deep House day. That was pretty. I was shattered. But on Saturdays, I think it's Saturdays for you, Sunday for me, we have a whole day of whole build up, a couple hours of live DJs and sets, all on the Groovy Radio on the Discord channel. So at me on Twitter if you want to get an invite to the channel. I don't know how long the links last for, because the community, they can dig. You guys can dig, and you can play some awesome music. So Saturday's where it's at when playing music. I will be playing in 2 weeks' time on the 23rd, 24th, doing a live DJ set as well on Discord's channel, exclusive as well. I don't think I will do a Twitch stream for that one. So yeah, that's me. Thank you very, very much for joining me this Wednesday. That's hype. Yeah, I know, right? I look forward to seeing you on Saturday then. You might also catch me in the Zoom channel as well. We sometimes have a Zoom channel which we jump on in. So see you then. If not, see you on Wednesday next week for some more coding. Thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you very much for sharing your projects with me, for allowing me to check them out, and just sharing this time. Your time is valuable, and for you to spend it with me is the grace. Thanks. So thank you. See you next time. Bye.